What's up, kids? Welcome back to another DAVEcaveDAVE video. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave, and tonight I'm doing a top 10 video of 2023. That's right, boys and girls, this is my overall top 10 action figures of 2023. Now that is across all lines. So we've got some multiverse here, we've got some animated here, we've got some legends, we've got Ninja Turtles, we've got Black Series, we've got other stuff, NECA, D&D, we've got a lot of stuff here, guys. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through my honorable mentions. That's right, I put all these figures out on the table, but they're not even the top 10, guys. I was doing the old curveball that everyone does, right? So without further ado, let me get into it. But not going to get into these guys first. I still have a couple of lists that I want to go through first, right? These lists are figures that I don't actually have. So the first list is I would have purchased it, but I just didn't list for whatever reason. Yeah, let's call it that. All right, first up on that list is the Calus Mega Fig in the DC Multiverse. I do not know why I haven't purchased this figure yet. I love Jack Kirby, I love the Fourth World, I love the New Gods. I don't know why I haven't purchased Calus. He's a beautiful figure. I should have bought him. He would have made the top 10 for sure. Next figure, Obi-Wan Jedi Legend from the Black Series. This is from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series line. That figure just evokes the mythos Obi-Wan, and I don't know why I haven't purchased this one either. I think he's an exclusive. I should be able to get him over at Fett's Hideout Toys and Collectibles, the proud sponsor of this video, boys and girls. Check out the description for a code that you can use at the store for a discount. Thank you so much to Travis over at Fett's Hideout for sponsoring the channel and this video. Just while we're on the topic, quick plug. So yeah, I can get him over there, and I will at some point, but yeah, want that Obi-Wan figure so bad. Alrighty, next up, Vader, Jules, and also Black Series. Another Darth Vader figure. My goodness, how many Black Series Darth Vader figures do I have? But I need this guy. His helmet is cut open, just like in that final duel in the Obi-Wan TV series. Or at the end of Rebels, if you want to be an animated purist kind of a guy or gal. But saw that figure on the shelf, don't know why I didn't jump on it, and now he's gone for bonkers prices everywhere, but I will track him down eventually, guys. These are action figures. They do not disappear into thin air once they are sold out. They are still out there in the ether. You can still find them. Next up, the Spider-Man No Way Home figures. I reckon Andrew would have made the list, maybe Toby. Yeah, don't know why I didn't buy them. 2023 was not a big year for Marvel Legends for me. But yeah, we've got Spider-Punk over here. And you'll see the top 10. There might be one that snuck in there as well. But yeah, not a big year for Legends for me. I think I got my shelves looking good, and then I kind of slowed down. But every so often something comes out that really excites me. And I kind of dip back in. So yeah, I'm definitely not done with Legends. But let's continue with the would have but didn't list. Next up is the Aquaman Page Puncher's Wave. I reckon the Manta or the Aqualad would have snuck into the top 10, but sadly did not get around to purchasing. All right, next list that we need to discuss is the would have made the top 10 if they rocked up this year list. These are figures that did not get released in Australia in 2023, so I could not get my hands on them, so they did not make this list. Now, first up on that list is the Jim Lawson TMNT 4-pack by NECA. I have this pre-ordered. It's been out in the States for months, but for some reason, guys, NECA takes forever to get to Australia. I don't know why. It just is so, and it sucks. But I don't really feel like the wait on DC or Hasbro stuff is all that long. Sadly, NECA, we're waiting months. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm waiting ever so patiently for that 4-pack. It looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Next up on this list is the DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Captain Carrot and the Wonder Woman to round out this little list of 3. Yes, Captain Carrot and Wonder Woman did not hit Australia. They are coming this month. In fact, they might be shipping out to me like very soon. Like I might get them, you know, in the next week or so. But yeah, sadly, just don't have them. Wish I did. I reckon they would have made the list. All right, without further ado, let's have a look at this big bunch of honorable mentions. There'll be a couple more to talk about at the end there. Gonna quickly blitz through these guys, and yeah, then we'll get into it. So over here, we've got Mr. Spider-Punk, fantastic figure, but you know, just, I love the sculpt, but you know, he's just a bit too gangly and just not enough balance there. Condiment King, I just love the concept of this guy. I love that we got him in action figure form. His cell shading is probably the least like egregious of that wave. He's got a pickle for a head. He's wearing jocks. He's got blasters that are, you know, that shoot ketchup and mustard. They're connected by strings to his backpack. Just all of these touches are so beautiful, but the QC really lets that guy down. So yeah, real shame. We've got a bunch of DC Multiverse up the back. Collector's Hawkman, Collector's Firestorm. Love both of those figures. That Blue Beetle was amazing. The sculpt is incredible. Flashpoint Cyborg. I'm just so stoked that I have this figure. That whole wave was so hard to get in Australia, and I was just so surprised at how chonky he is, but also at how good his articulation is. You can get some really beautiful poses out of this guy, so props to, you know, a mega fig-sized cyborg being, you know, such a great figure to pose. And then Movie Manta over there. I did say that the Page Punchers Manta might have made this list, but this guy, love that classic look. Honestly, it would have been tough. You know, first of all, I probably would have had two Mantas in my honorable mentions in the end. But yeah, look, the fact that I have this guy, you know, it just would have been tough. Isn't that surprising? Two Mantas in like a top 10 video. But yeah, what a year. But I just love the classic look on this guy. And look, taking the black trident off of Kordax really makes this figure just sing. So over here we've got the Golden Archive, D&D, Doric, Owlbear. This figure is just amazing. Once I put him all together and started posing him up, it's just a beautiful figure. I love that I own an Owlbear, and you know, I would not have paid full price for this, just, you know, because it was so expensive. But this D&D stuff is on clearance everywhere here in Australia. Speaking of D&D, Presto from the D&D Cartoon Classics, that whole line is just beautiful, and I love that I have a Presto and the beautiful effects that you can pose him with, like the little blast effect coming out of his hat, but also the wispy smoke effect that like curves around his body. It's just lovely stuff. NECA Last Ronin, NECA Battle Damaged Shredder, beautiful stuff there, guys. Comic art inspired. Torpedo, nostalgia hit, guys, mainline to the vein. Love that figure. Black Series, we've got General Hera, Hu Yang, and Previously. Absolutely gorgeous stuff there, guys. And these two have sentimental value to me. First up, Scumbag. While this figure is just an incredible little action figure in its own right, she has a vomit effect that you can pose her with. She has wings, and she has a little photo frame of Splinter, which is just such an incredible little accessory. She doesn't pose the best, but I just love that she's just stepped right off of the screen. I loved Mutant Mayhem. I love the fresh take. I'm such a big fan of a fresh take, guys. I don't need to see the same TMNT that I've seen 10 times before. If I want comic accurate, I'll just watch 2003, or I'll just watch Turtles Forever, right? I just love that Scumbag, and I love that me and my son went hunting for these figures together in the shop. So yeah, definitely an honorable mention for me. And then Nubsy over here from Young Jedi Adventures by Hasbro. Just love that I can watch Star Wars with my son, and I loved buying these figures for him. And watching him open Star Wars figures was just such a great buzz for me. And so I had to buy my own Young Jedi Adventures figures just to put them on the shelf over there. All right, a couple more honorable mentions here, guys. This is the top 4 of the honorable mentions. Here we have Hush Batman from the DC Multiverse. Just an incredible action figure here, guys. Probably the best use of the Three Jokers buck there. I love the Three Jokers figure, but this just absolutely sings. The dark grey and the blue, it is just Jim Lee through and through. He's just an incredibly gorgeous figure, and yeah, definitely made the honorable mentions for me. Didn't quite make the top, but I just remember being so surprised by this figure when I took him out of the box. And yeah, this guy was surprisingly you know, a little trickier to chase in Australia, so I had to get him off Amazon. Glad I paid the extra bucks to get him, because yeah, what an absolute doozy of a Batman. Alrighty, next up, another multiverse. We've got Project Superman. As I said, this Flashpoint wave was so difficult to get in Australia, but the fact that I have a emaciated and sun-starved Superman action figure in my collection, I just love that I have this take in plastic form, and yeah, just stoked that I could get him regardless of how difficult he was to source here. So shout outs to Nick Ryan and the DC Multiverse Collector for hooking me up. But yeah, just absolutely stoked to own this guy. Yeah, another honorable mention right there. Alrighty, next up we've got Snowjob repping the G.I. Joe Classified series once again. Just a perfect example of a G.I. Joe Classified figure, and an example of all the accessories fitting onto the figure itself. Everything is stored on the backpack. The gun can be holstered. Everything can be stored in the hands or on the feet or on the backpack itself. The only thing that isn't stored on the backpack or on the figure is the alternate head and the pulled back hood. So just an absolutely gorgeous figure. Also, guys, his name is Snowjob. So yeah, Snowjob. Just yeah. Alrighty. Incredible stuff there. And to round out this list, the final honorable mention, guys, you're gonna think I'm crazy, the Gelatinous Cube by the D&D Golden Archive. I paid full price for this. He's now on clearance everywhere for like $8 in Australia, you know, which is like 3 cents in America, isn't it, folks? So yeah, this is just an incredible little display piece. I was just in love with it the moment I saw it on the shelf, and yes, I am that sucker that bought it right after I saw the movie. I just love that I can pose any action figure I want in there. I had a Spidey in there trying to reach out with his splayed hand. Now I've got a Stormy in there. Who knows who I'm going to have in there next? I reckon I might put one of my Indiana Joneses in there from the Adventure series. Could put anyone in there, guys, but beautiful display piece that just sings, just pops for me. So yeah, definitely my final honorable mention, and a sign of things to come in my top 10. It's not just going to be action figures, guys. It's not just going to be mega figs. There's going to be vehicles. There's going to be other stuff in my top 10. You might say, you know, illegal, you can't have a vehicle in your top 10 action figures list, but you know what? It's my channel, it's my party, and I will cry if I want to, guys. Look, I'm going to leave this here, and I will be back with my top 10 proper. Peace. Number 10 on my top 10 figures of 2023 list is Nightfall Batman. Guys, I was not expecting this level of awesome from this action figure. I honestly was just expecting another Batman that was just going to blend in with the other Batman on my shelf, and boy oh boy, how wrong was I. This guy is just evocative of an entire era of Batman. A really nostalgic era for me, and nostalgia is a drug that works amazingly on me. I'm a sucker for it. I'm addicted to nostalgia, and look, I gotta say that when I said before I wasn't going to do things traditionally, that I was going to cheat a little bit, this is a prime example, this 10th spot, because it's not just Nightfall Batman, it's Dick Grayson Robin, guys. Both of these figures together, they occupy the same spot on my shelf, and they occupy the same spot on my top 10 list. Now, I know canonically this is incorrect. I know that Dick Grayson was rocking his disco suit with his mullet and his ponytail during the 90s, but this just speaks to me. Classic Batman with classic Robin, just could not look past them both, and I had to give them the number 10 spot together. Coming in at number 9, it's the only Marvel legend on the list. It's this menacing bastard right here, Mr. Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel Legends series. What a fantastic figure, guys. That incredible sculpt on the face there, on the rest of the body, the accessories, the classic helmet from the Raimi movies. Just could not look past this guy. An absolute doozy, an absolute belter, an absolute banger of a figure. Just had to give him that number 9 spot. Alrighty, coming in at number 8, it is the DC Multiverse Catman. Now, this guy's an example right here of why I buy DC Multiverse figures. You know, I love getting Batman, I love getting Superman, but I just love it when they pull out a random obscure character like friggin' Catman over here. Not since reading Secret 6 in, you know, the madness that was Infinite Crisis back in the day, have I read this character. And boy, oh boy, am I glad that he's back in my life at number 8 on my top 10 figures of 2023. Number 7, boys and girls, is Christian Bale, Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy series by DC Multiverse. Boy, oh boy, this guy, the blacks, the grays, the gold, it's just an incredible little piece here. I did not know that I needed my Christian Bale Batman action figure updated. I have the Mattel Movie Masters, a whole bunch of those figures up in the attic, and you know, I was happy just having those up in the attic bagged and locked away. But you know, ever since opening this guy, man, I am like so glad that I have an updated version for my modern shelf. Absolute beast of a figure, this guy, and he belongs right here in my top 10. Coming in at number 6, boys and girls, it is a Padawan Ahsoka by Hasbro in the Star Wars Black Series. Once again, guys, another figure that I did not know that I needed in my collection. I mean, geez, guys, I've already got so many other Ahsokas. I've got the season 7, I've got the live action, I've got the Rebels version. Hell, I've got 2 versions of the Rebels version, and this is the absolute pick of the lot. She's perfect. She's walked into my room right off the telly, and she's gone and stood up on the shelf, and she's just looking at me, and she's calling me Sky Guy from over there on the shelf, and I bloody love it, guys. I tell you, I'm loving every bloody second of it. Thank you, Ahsoka, for taking the number 6 spot on my top 10 list. I love you, baby. Alright, halfway through, guys. Coming in at number 5, it is Mr. Tim Drake in the DC Multiverse, guys. This is the Tim Drake Robin, the Robin from my 90s. They say you never forget your first love, and mine was seeing that costume for the first time and thinking, gee, that does something to me. That stirs something up inside of me. I feel like I need to own every single plastic version of this suit for the rest of my life until I'm an old man. And here I am as an old man, loving the bloody crap out of this guy. Absolutely incredible stuff. The cape is textured. We've got the yellow on the inside. They didn't skimp out. No, he's not a collector's edition. They gave us the red suit first, but this is the sucker we were waiting for, guys. Tim Drake, my boy, number 2 only to Mr. Dick Grayson in my heart. You know, as well as my wife and kids, of course. But yeah, man, this guy takes out number 5 handily, real easy, with his bow staff and his little punchy punches and his kickaroos. Love you, Timmy. Alrighty, number 4, a figure that just started out on my top 10 list real early and just stayed there, regardless of how many iterations of the lists I went through. It is Calus from the Star Wars Black Series by Hasbro, and his little fella BD1 there. Guys, I don't know what it is about this action figure. Maybe it's because I spent freaking 70 hours plus running around freaking Kobo with this guy, looking for lightsaber hilts and chests and crap like that. But I don't know, man, there's just something about a dude that kind of dressed like Han Solo, rocking a blaster, rocking a lightsaber, and rocking a cute ass droid like little BD1 down there. Absolutely love this figure. He's so cool. I pulled him down off the shelf and just reposed him so many times over the past, you know, several months that I've had him. He's just incredible and just holds a soft spot in my heart. I want so much for Cal Kestis. I want him to survive, and I want him to grow to be an old Jedi, and I want to see him banging around with Ahsoka and Sabine in Ahsoka Season 2. Until I actually see that happen, I've got my action figure, and I've got him at number 4 on my top 10 list. Alright, coming in at number 3 are two of the just easily the best painted action figures I've ever seen in my life from NECA, from the Mirage Studios Eastman and Laird TMNT line. It is Fugitoid, Professor Honeycutt, and the Utrom droid. I mean, just look at the paint jobs on these guys. I mean, it makes your eyes water. Seriously, just look at it. They look like they're shiny and metallic, but that is just matte painting right there, guys. Incredible stuff. I love what they did with the whites, the grays, and the blacks. I love what they did with the blue on this side, darkening it slightly underneath the white highlights to give it that three-dimensional look. It's just incredible. Not a surface has been skipped out on, even the head. I mean, just compare these paint jobs to the self-shading on the Batman animated line, that first series that Todd gave us. I mean, geez, dude, these are incredible. They are next level. Maybe that's where the NECA comes from. Maybe it comes from next level. Terrible joke, but I'm leaving it in because I suck balls at editing. But here we are, guys. Number 3, Fugitoid and Utrom by NECA. Absolute bangers. Just masterpieces, works of art. Sitting comfortably at second place is this majestic underwater bastard right here. No, I don't mean Arthur Curry, you dingbats. I mean his seahorse, Storm. Still cannot believe that I own this figure. Still can't believe that they made this figure. DC Multiverse at this point is just fulfilling wishes left, right, and center with the obscure characters that we are getting, with Captain Carrot, with the Wonder Woman. Yeah, we should have had a Wonder Woman ages ago, but still, we wanted it. Todd gave it to us. We didn't know we wanted this, but damn it, we got it anyway. And by George, by gum, am I stoked that I own it. An incredible piece. Just surprised, just swung me, knocked me out, knocked it out of the park, and just swept into my top 10. Swam into my top 10, guys. Swam right in and just perched himself up there like a good little boy that he is. In the top spot, boys and girls, it is Lobo with Dog and the Space Hog, the deluxe set from McFarlane Toys and the DC Multiverse line. An incredible set, guys. A beautiful deluxe big bad Bastich riding his big bad Space Hog. Just a set that just makes my heart sing every time I look over on the shelf. Anytime I get a visitor, they're pointing at it. They're going, what's this? Who's this guy? He looks amazing. He looks rock and roll. And you know what, guys? It is rock and roll. One of the most rock and roll purchases I made this year. And I bought a bunch of instruments this year. So yeah, that's saying something. The main man in the top spot, guys. This is a super poignant top spot for me as well, because my review for this guy was the first review of this channel, and it was also, funnily enough, the first review on the internet. So got me lots of views, kicked off this channel in a really big bad epic way. So yeah, I owe a lot to this figure. Kind of started me on this YouTube journey, and here he is, guys, right now, number 1 on my overall top 10 action figures of 2023 list. Thank you, Mr. Main Man. Thank you, Furry Boy Dog. And thank you, Mr. Space Hog. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Let's wrap this up. So there you have it, guys. My top 10 list for 2023. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, why don't you hit me up with a sub? Hit me with a like, hit the notification bell if you're vibing with my style and you want to hear more of me. This top 10 was brought to you by Fet's Hideout Toys and Collectibles. Head on over, they ship internationally, they've got a great range. Use the code DAVECAVE at checkout for a random discount. It cycles every month. Get yourself something awesome, guys. Travis is a great guy. Fetz is an awesome store, and I'm super pumped to be sponsored by them. Gotta bust out of here, kids. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.